There we go, Malibu. Have I left you enough room? Oh, okay. We'll give it a couple minutes. We'll give it a couple minutes for everybody to come in so you can stretch and be cute. Let's put it on a page where we got something done. How about that? We just had one. What happened to it? There it is. There we go. All right. Give everybody a couple minutes to come in on wonderful Wednesday. Hi, Missy. Hi, Debbie. Good morning. Happy wonderful Wednesday. Malibu's going to roam around the desk for a minute. Get a sip of my lemon water. How's everybody doing? Hi, Angie. Colleen. Y'all had a fun stream yesterday. You outbought me on the ideology. I think my stuff's supposed to be here on Friday. So I'll have it to show on Monday. I only got like, I don't know, 4 or 5 little things. I didn't get a whole lot. There goes Malibu. So I can move stuff back now. I didn't get much, but I did get a couple things. Hi, Pamela. Hi, Kat. Barbara. Chicken Pot Pie Society singing to us this morning. Let's see. Pamela. Hi, Pamela. I hope you got your last happy mail, Pamela. If I don't hear from you guys, I assume you get them. Although I've not heard anything back on the postcards that I did like almost 2 weeks ago, I think. Where I varnished the postcards. I didn't send them as postcards. I put them in an envelope. But, half of them were international, so I don't expect them to be, there overnight or anything. So hopefully everybody's getting their varnished postcards that I sent out a couple weeks ago. Let's see, Terry Brett. Oh, I got to show Terry, but let's see if I can bring it up. It was so cute. I saw it this morning, Terry. Let's see if I can bring it up. Hi, Tina. Thanks, Tina, for saying good morning to everybody. Oh no, poor Toast has got me a new book to buy. Oh my gosh, a circus book. Poor Toast has got a circus book out now. All right, we'll have to check that out later. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see if I can find Terry here. So Terry had she did the prompts, and the prompts were Warhol, Andy Warhol, the number 7, and toothbrush. All right, let me get this little pop up off here. Come on, let's get rid of this. There we go. So, yeah, look what Terry Brett did. She had Andy Warhol 7 and toothbrush. Look how she did that, like an Andy Warhol poster with toothbrushes in the form of a 7. That was so clever. I thought that was so clever, Terry. That was really, really clever. Hi, Belinda. Ego. Come on, let's not go black screen today. Let's see. Right? Wasn't that good? Wasn't that good, Colleen? I thought that was really good, Terry. You're welcome. So anyway, I thought we would, and I've shown these quite often, but we haven't like made one in a while. So I thought we would do a mini magazine, and only Picola knows the full name. The mini magazine, mixed media, playground. I forgot the whole thing. And Picola's not here, so I don't know if anybody else remembers the full name of our mini magazines. So I'm just going to call them our mixed media mini magazines, made for magazines. Hi, Janet. Janet, we got Survivor tonight. That's the season finale. It's going to be 3 hours. Janet and I text each other during Survivor. So yeah, we analyze, we figure it out. We got it all down. I think Rob's going to be on the next one. So yeah. Anyway, so yeah, we got Survivor final tonight. Oh, thank you, Deb E. Thank you so much. Thanks for the super chat. I'm just sitting here. I was making some more collage bookmarks this morning, so I'll have to drop you another one. You probably got a ton of them. I haven't made any more stickers lately, so I've been making the little bookmarks, the collage bookmarks. So thank you so much for supporting the channel. So let's see, where's my pen here? Thanks, Tina. I ought to send Tina. Tina, have I sent you a collage bookmark? I don't know if I've sent you one. I try to send stuff to my mods every now and then. Excuse the squeaky chair. I don't know if I've sent you one lately, Tina, or ever, if I've ever sent you one. But thank you, Debbie. Laverne, scrolling. Say hi to Belinda. You don't think so? Okay. Well, I put you on the list, Tina. I put you on the list. So, but yeah. So Cameron is out in Yellowstone. He's all checked in from. They fly into Bozeman, Montana, and then the Yellowstone, like I don't know, shuttle or whatever they call it, picks him up. But I do have a couple good pictures I'll show you that he sent. So y'all gonna have to be listening to me talk about Cameron and Yellowstone now. Let's see. I got a couple. Let's find a couple pictures here. So he sent some videos and some pictures. Well, let me show you a couple pictures. So yeah. So he took these from the shuttle on the way to this is a good one. Oh, let me turn the music off. So there's another one he took from the shuttle. And let's see what else. That one's kind of the same. There's a picture. So he's out there in Wyoming. Well, he first is in Montana. I'm not sure exactly where these pictures were taken. But he was heading to Yellowstone. I got my. Let's see. Missy's telling Janet she got her card. Okay, I'll send you one, Tina. I wrote you on the list. You're welcome. So anyway, yeah, Cam's been getting all settled in, working. Well, it's going to be 6 months, actually, Debbie. I think it's 5.5 months, 6 months, something like that. So, yeah. I know, right, Laverne? Aren't they? I'll keep y'all updated. I'll keep y'all posted on Cam's adventure. Been twice to Jackson Hole. Okay, yeah, we've been to Yellowstone. We went there on our way. Well, we went as kids with my parents on our way to California, and then Hubster and I stopped there on our drive to Alaska. When we moved to Alaska for 3 years, we drove from San Antonio to Anchorage, and we stopped at Yellowstone on the way. So yeah. I've been in years though. So okay, so I guess we could get started. If anybody has any questions, if y'all have all probably seen different variations, I have different sizes. I did pull a art journaling magazine, and you can use any magazine. It's just that art journaling or Daphne's Diary or Somerset, they have a lot of pictures and a lot of artsy pictures and colorful, and that's why they're fun to use. So I will cut one down. So, hi, Lena. How you doing? Thank you, Tina. I appreciate that. Let's see. Say hi to Kat. Anybody else I missed coming in? Thanks, everybody, for being here. So, hopefully we won't have any black screen like we did on Monday. I just had to reboot and come back, but, Sometimes it flickers, and it does that on other people's streams too, so I know it's not just mine. It'll flicker for a black screen for a second. I don't know if they're doing some kind of an adjustment. I don't know. All right, so I got my palette out here to do some painting. And we do what I do in these magazines is what I call reverse collage. And that's where you paint things away. You can always add more things on top, but like here's an example. I painted out the background, and some of it might have been extra collage on top, or some of it might have been left from where I painted around things. But I call it reverse collage because I'm reversing the process of collage. I'm painting things away, like getting rid of things. And then, you can leave things, add things, like I added the clouds and this little rain, and I don't even remember what else, but I'll show you some of the ones that I've made here. Now, I'm not making one this thick today. This is 3 magazines cut up, or it might be 2 magazines cut up at the top and the bottom. So that's like probably 1, 2, maybe 3 magazines it took to make this. So I'm going to show y'all. I'm going to cut this one down to this size. So out of one of these magazines, you can cut them this size and get 2. You can get 2 individuals, or you can glue them together. Okay. So you can get 2 of these out of one magazine. Here I've got 6 halves. So that'd be 3 magazines all total. Put it in caps if you have questions. Teresa Church. Who else am I missing? Kathy C. Okay, so you can get 2 halves out of here. Now, when you cut these down, I'm going to show you how to do this size. Then you're going to have pieces on the edge left that are like loose in pieces. Don't throw those away. What you want to do then is go ahead and reincorporate those edges back into the journal that you made. So I'll show you how to do that. You can also just make one like this size. You can just cut one down like this. You can make them any size you want, right? Okay, I don't want boobage hanging over into my screen. It's like we don't want that. So I got my work shirt on, so it's kind of flowy, and I don't want it to be like flowy into the screen. So we can cut it this size. You can just cut a long skinny one. You can just cut a long skinny one. You can cut this in half, or you can make 3 out of one magazine, which is what these size are. It's like 1, 2, maybe, yeah, about 3. I think it's about 3. So, so this is the size we're going to make today. Okay, is this size. Now, you do not need to reinforce the spine necessarily. Now, if you add a whole bunch of them together like this, I do recommend reinforcing it, because I did glue them together. I glue the individual pieces together. Like here's the backs, or the fronts, and I glued these together with some Eileen's tacky, a whole lot of tacky glue in there. Then, put some books on it, let it rest and settle and smash. And let me see, I'm getting text here. Okay. But I do recommend, if you're going to put a whole bunch together, I got this gaffer tape. You can get this, it's called just gaffer power tape. You can get it's very, bookbindy tape, and it's very sturdy, but it does tear real easy. You can just tear it like this, and you can tear little pieces. This is the best tape, and it's so sturdy, and it's not shiny, and I don't know. It's just not like duct tape. I mean, it works like duct tape, and you could use duct tape, and I have used duct tape on these, but I like just the black gaffer tape, and it's just real sturdy, but yet easy to tear. It's just real easy to tear. So let's just working on it. I hate to throw it away, but I'm going to, because I don't have any place to stick it. Okay. So, I just wanted to show you different sizes that you can make. Right, like this one has no binding on the side. This is the new one we're going to cut down. And so you can make this size with one. And I'll kind of flip through here to show you some of the pages that we've done. Same for this one. And then you can make the small ones like this. And we're going to make we're going to make 3 of those. I think that's what we're going to do next. Maybe I have given them away before where I flatten them out like this and can put them in an envelope. Uh, like, I can send them like this in the mail. It's not even quite this thick because this one's got a bunch of stuff in it, but I can mail them like that. So maybe I'll do that. We'll see. Um, but anyway, we're gonna cut this down. I'm gonna show you how to keep the edges to reuse. So that's what we're gonna do with this, but I will show the inside. Here's another one, and then here's a Daphne's Diary where I just cut the top off. I don't think I've really done much in this one, but it's the same process. I just ink the edges. I ink the edges in this one. I think I feel like I've done something in here, but maybe not. Maybe I just made this as a sample one. So I cut it in half and glued 2 halves together. So, and you can do the same thing you can do it with any magazine. It's just like art magazines or, garden magazines, home decorating magazines, any of those will work. And because I've got lots of pictures and art and colorful stuff in there to paint around. And I've also done full on magazines. I guess I could show you a couple, even though they're not many. I'll just show you briefly that you can do. I've done them with like putting together 2 or 3 magazines, and it's the same process. And I've got this one inked and painted and stuff, but it's the same process, but with just full on magazines. And of course, I put covers on these different ones, but we're not going to do the big ones. We're just going to do some small ones today. I just thought we hadn't done this in a while. And I thought, why not? Why not do this today? If y'all have any questions, put it in caps. Hi, Kimberly. So yeah, so I'm going to put this one to the side. This is one magazine, like cut in half, the Daphne's Diary. It's just cut in half. You could use this magazine, cut it in half. Now, Angie, you're going to probably have to look away, girl, because I'm going to be doing some cutting today. We're going to be doing some cutting, and Angie don't like no. I talk to Angie like that. Where's my? Let's see where did I put it. Here it is. We're going to be cutting. You can use an X-Acto knife. I use one of these, and I probably need to get me a fresh blade on there. I'm used to using these when I used to be in visual merchandising, decorating stores and rooms and doing a lot of wallpaper back in the day. So I'm real used to using these. Now I say that I don't want to cut myself. But anyway, so we're not going to just cut one in half. We're going to cut one down. We're going to cut one down in like this. But I will just give you a little tour of these. The other option is different sizes of composition notebooks. You've seen the full-size composition books. Well, around school time, around here, it's July where they start really throwing out the school supplies at office stores and Walmart and Target and all that. It's, school starts here. I'm not sure of exact dates, but like really early here. So they start putting the school supplies out in July. So you can also order them. This is a Pen and Gear one. I'm not sure what brand these are. These little comp books. I've had these for years, but you get these little mini ones. Let me go ahead and zoom in one here. And you can get all these different size composition books that you can kind of do the same thing, except instead of reverse collaging, which I'm going to show you in these, you just use them as regular old collage magazines. This one was from 21 and 22. And so I'll just flip some of these pages here. Let's see, is it too flashed out? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I don't want it too light, but I don't want it too dark. Yeah, I won't, Teresa. So these are some of the pages that I've done in this comp book. That's not full or anything, but you can start by just gluing some things down. Like I'll just take random, magazine images or little pieces of scenery or whatever, stickers, that's a sticker, and then start painting around it, and make a scene. You got to make a scene. Oh, thanks, Tina. Tina found the half comp books there. So, yeah. All right. So these are just some of the ones that I've done in this book. Bye, Colleen. Okay. Thanks for stopping in, Colleen. Colleen, CK Art, and Kathy Berg stream every Tuesday, and they alternate between each other's channel. So go follow them. I really like this one. Started with those are probably Tim Holtz, uh, people. So I made these like sisters. You can make up your own story. See, that's what I love about collage, is you can make up your own story. And that's what I like to do. I like to make stories, but I like to let the person that's viewing it make up their own story about what they think is going on. Now, this one, I can see Janet making up a whole story about this. I'm just kidding. Anyway, so there we go. And this one we did this one. I guess this started 2022 or something. I don't remember because we make so many collages and stuff. And then like here's how it kind of starts. Now it can be kind of wrinkly when you start, but by the time especially because this is thin paper. This is thin, composition book paper, like notebook paper. But by the time you finish collaging on top, now here's one that's in one stage further. So you start with something like this, and then you could add more too, but then you start painting. So I started with these mountains, and then I just started adding paint. And then you can add collage and more things and keep painting and painting. Like here's another one where it's just started. And let's see, I got a couple more here. That one's stuck together. We'll forgo that one. And then here's like this owl. I made these wings out of little bits of paper, and then put him here in the middle, and then some water, and everything else. But so that's all I got in this one. But just so you can kind of see some of the process. And then the same thing is with these. Now I've had these for quite a few years. I'm not even sure how long we've had these, but I show these a lot. But it's just a mini composition books. And again, it's the same thing. Just, if you have leftover things on your desk, little pieces of paper, collage, stamping, bits of some paint left over, then you just throw it in one of these. Now, these little composition books, they have a tendency to kind of fall apart, and I think it depends on the brand. I just tape it together and just keep moving. It doesn't bother me, but these are just to be fun. They're sitting on my desk waiting for, bits of leftover paper, paint, and then you can just go in and play whenever, if you can't figure out something to do, then go in and paint on them and play on them. Let's see. I said hi to Brenda. Hi, Flo. Angela. Thanks everybody for being here. I appreciate it. Here's another one. So, and what I've done with some of these is that I'll take a photograph of it and I'll put it in Procreate, and in Procreate I can get rid of this. Well, this Photoshop and different ones. I like Procreate because I can work on my iPad. You can get rid of the line. You can add it and play with it and make it into something even more. So, these are fun to take into Procreate and play with. So there's that little one there. And here's another little one. Again, I think I made a card out of this. Took a picture of it, got rid of the center in Procreate, and then you can add text or whatever. Is that too flash? I don't know. How's the lighting look? Does it look too bright? I don't know. I try to keep it kind of not too bright, but not too dark. Hi, Dawn. Let's see. Uh-oh, I didn't mean to open that. Hang on. I had to click my camera. Let's turn the brightness down. Just there we go. Just a tad. So again, it's something you can do to play with if you like to do Procreate or Photoshop or any, of your digi programs. And I take all my everything I do, I just do with my phone. All my photographs, well, I mean, I work in Procreate on the iPad, but I all my photography is just done with my phone. Nothing special. Hi, cat and paste. Thank you. Let me get a sip of my water here. But yeah, I can take a picture and just with my phone, and then it automatically syncs to my iPad. Then I go to my iPad. If y'all want me to show you one, I can, but I mean show you how you can do something with that. But unless y'all really want to see me move this over to Procreate and do something with it, then we'll just keep moving on. But if you do, 5 minutes is what it would take. So, like this one here, I'll just have one at the ready. Let me just get one at the ready in case y'all do want to see one. All right, let me get my camera. Okay, so I'll just take a picture here. Let me get the whole thing. So I'll take a picture and then I'll just go into the photos and I'll start with, let me get over here to my photos. So I'll go into edit. First thing and this is just an initial thing. I'll do a crop. So I'll do a turn. I'll do a crop. Okay, I'll just crop it down. So I'm done with that. Then I'll go into edit again. Then I'll go in here. I hope you can see, you can brighten things up. You can darken. So I'm going to kind of just brighten it up. And I just go through all the different settings. Highlights, maybe turn that down. Shadows, contrast, brightness. I'll turn that down just a little. Black point, which blackens all the blacks. You can saturate it a little more. You can warmth, tint, sharpen. Let's go to sharpen. Sharpen it just a little bit. I need to crop that down a little bit more. So I'll do that. Let me go back to edit, crop. I want to crop that top down just a little. And I could do some of this in Procreate too, but I'm just showing you how I pre-prep. Okay, so that's done. Okay, so now this picture is in my iPad already. Y'all want to see it real quick? All right, let me get my iPad. I hope my iPen's charged up. Well, iPencil is what they call it. All right. All right, hang on. Now I'm going to go over to, let me go over to my photos, make sure it's sitting there. Come on, you need to go over to, there it is. Okay, so it's in my photos now. So now I'm going to go over to Procreate. Let me find there. Hang on. Let me turn this sideways. All right. Where's my Procreate? Where are you, Procreate? Hang on. I got lots of photo programs in here too, but I always go to Procreate. All right, so I'm going to go to Procreate. All right, so I got my Procreate. Now I'm going to go over here and I'm going to say photo. I'm going to pick that photo. Okay, now it's going to want to flash out, but all right, so there's the photo that I took and did some editing with. I can do different things with it. I got all kinds of tools up here. I've shown y'all this before. You got all these different brushes and tools. I used to call this an airbrush. Devin said it's called something else. blending tool or something. But anyway, and you can, pick different tools and there's just all kinds of things to do with it. Erasers. I'm going to take, let's see, I'll probably go with the blending tool. Let's go with, what brush do I want here? Just a regular, let's see, painting. Maybe just acrylic paint. We'll go with that. All right, so now I can pick up, let's make sure I'm getting it right here. All right, let's make sure, nope, I don't want that. That's too spray painty. Let's see, sketching. What do I want? Let's go to airbrush. Let's go to soft blend. All right, so I'm going to go a soft blend. And then I'll go over here to the size I want. Maybe, we'll see. I kind of pick different things. And then I can blend this together. Come on, what am I doing wrong here? And I can blend all these edges. There it goes. So let's see if I can make it so you can really see. I'll pinch and drag here. So you can drag, you can airbrush. That's too, maybe a little bit bigger. And you can blend away because it'll pick up whatever color is right there. And you can blend away. You can start with doing this just to get rid of that seam. And then you can do more detailed stuff, but you can get rid of the seam. This is how I do it. And there may be better, easier ways to do it, but what this is doing is it's picking up the color, the two colors that I'm blending together here. So you can see how it's getting rid of the seam. Okay. And you can do it smaller and be more precise, but that starts it. Then you can do other things, all different. Well, there's just tons of stuff you can do. But I'm just going to show you something really quick. Like, let's just say I want to get, let's go to painting. Let's just go to, just do some kind of a brush here. Let's pick a color. I got white. I do want white. So let's go over here and make it a little bigger and a little lighter. And I can kind of paint in some of that wave action I had going. Maybe I want some of this blue. Let's see, do I want a blue? Maybe. Let's put in some blue. And then you can start blending out again. And then when you get done, getting rid of the seam and all, let's go back to some white here. Get some more white in here. I'm not looking at chat for just a second. But anyway, so I'm getting rid of the seam is what I'm saying. Go back to a little more of the purple in there. And then I'll start blending it out. But then you can also go in here and let's go to some I love the luminance stuff, the bokeh. Here's some bokeh lights. Let's see if I can get the bokeh lights. Maybe I'll just do it in white because it'll show up better. It's going to show up. It's not going to show up very well. Let's do a different one. Let's do maybe just the glimmer lights. Maybe we'll do it in blue. Let's do the glimmer light or purple. Let's do the glimmer lights in purple. Is that going to show up? No, it's still in bokeh. Wait a minute. Hold on. Okay. How big do I want it? It's still on bokeh. Why is it still on bokeh? It shouldn't be on bokeh. It should be on this. Glimmer me. There we go. So let's see if you can see that now. Let's make it bigger. Can you see those glimmer? I'm trying to do it really. I'm going to try to make it so you can really see it. See I can do the little glimmer dots. Let's go over here on the black. There you go. You can see it there. So you can go in here and play is what I'm saying. The whole point of all this was to show you can take your little collages and take a picture of them and go play with them. All right, that's all I'm going to do with that today. I just kind of want to show you a little very simplified, very simplified Procreate thing you can do. All right, let's go back now. And hi, Tex. Let's see, Brenda. I said hi to Brenda. Who else am I missing? Hi, Arlene. Sip of water. Arlene. Scrolling. Kathleen. Anybody else I missed coming in? You're welcome, Brenda. All right. So anyway, that's just taking a little simple thing like that and playing with it. Again, I could add text to it. I can do all kinds of things with it. But anyway, so this is back to one of the little mini composition books where I've just played with paint and collage and different little. Just make a scene. Make a scene. And they don't all have to be anything. They could just, maybe you just like to scrape the paint colors off, or just add a little piece of collage, something, something. I also liked, when I do these kind of magazine things like this, and you got leftover paint, I like to use a palette knife because it makes good textures. So scrape up that paint with the leftover and do a palette knife, and you'll already get some texture and get some, something going on without any work to it. So yeah, there's the girl with the pearl earring. Just some simple, whatever I have left, over, and I'll just throw it in one of these kind of one of these kind of little journals. See, like, I like that one. But like this, it might start with this or this. Just start with little bits of whatever and then go in. So you just, whatever you have left. Right now, my current desk journal is this one. Just having something, some place to throw things in. Just having some place to throw some stuff in. There's not a lot in it yet because it's kind of just recent, couple months. So, yeah. All right. So let me show you what we've got in these. Again, I showed you how we cut them down, if y'all missed it. Hi, Val. I love your flip throughs. I may have worn out your Aw, thanks, Val. Well, you need to make your own so you can flip through. So you can cut this down this size, which I have 2 of those, and you can always glue 2 together if you want them thicker. But I do recommend, if you glue them together, put a big wad of tacky glue, and I mean a lot, on both sides, and smash them together, clip them, or put them under some, heavy books, let them sit overnight. Now, most of the time I don't let them sit overnight because we're working here. And then if you use 2 together, I recommend, putting gaffer tape on them to tape them together. Or you can put duct tape, whatever you got, but you want something sturdy. You want something really strong, right? So let me just kind of flip through what I've got in these. And again, you are starting with, like, here's some pages that I've done nothing to. Well, I've glued a little piece of something there. But, starting with just the base. And then with the left, like this right here is a piece of the leftover side of the magazine. And then you go back and you throw all that stuff. I'm going to show you from start to finish. Well, we won't finish. Well, I'll show you. Okay, so this is just another one. This one we try to do a little bit of brighter. This is just a piece glued, or it needs to be glued on. Okay, this is not coming out. It's just not being glued on. So what I do then is, see, like this right here, I'm feeling of it because I can't really tell. These 2 pieces right here were on the edge, and I glued them in because I like the colors. I like the way they went together. That's glued in. This is just a page that was in the magazine. A whole bunch of these are just pieces glued back in. You'll see what I mean. And then you can go in and paint around or paint in, add like this. Then you can scrape in paint. You can pick, and if you don't know what colors to pick, then go buy something that's on the page. Like here, I probably use these bubbles right here, this color, to do this page in those colors. And it's just scraped. It's not finished. But you can see how, if you want to finish, or you can leave it like this. You could add some more scribbles, some more ink, some splats, some drips, some splots, Hi, Lisa. Wait. Hey, girl, hey. Elisa made me those arms. So anyway, yeah. Oh, it's kind of stuck there. So just different, trying to find more. Here's one that we've put paint on. But it's fun, even if you don't do anything with it, but just scrape your excess paint, your leftover paints on a page that kind of matches or goes or contrasts. So I did this one. So that's, and that one is like this much of an art journaling magazine. You can see right there, right? Okay, and this is the same size, cut down. You can cut them in half. You can cut them in length, like a full length, or like we're going to do today, you can make 3 with leftover edges that you want to keep and you reuse. I'll show you. So here's some more stuff glued in. Here's one that's got paint. Yeah. Here's another one with some paint and stuff on it. But all these pages that I'm flipping through have other things glued on top. Or most of them anyway. Like that. So if you have, your art journaling, your Somerset Studio, your Daphne's Diary, or like I said, it could be a garden magazine, a home and garden magazine, a decorating magazine. Here's another one we added paint to. I hope this is inspiring y'all to get out your paints and collage bits and, All right, so there's that size. Again, you can do 2 like this. This is 3 magazines, like 1 magazine, 2 magazine, 3 magazine, cut and glued together and gaffer taped together. Okay, now when you're working in something like this, especially a thick one like this, or the full magazines that I've glued 3 or 4 magazines, full length magazines together, and you're working in that or working in something like this, do not try to work front to back like this, or your whole book will do this. Your book will look like that by the time you're done. I'm not even exaggerating. You want to, if you glue these books together like this, you want to do some in the front, some in the back, some in the middle, some in the back, some in the front. You want to go back and forth and around, because if you just go front to back with acrylic paint, your book will do that. And I have full magazines that have done that. So you really want to make sure and work back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Thanks, guys. So that your spine stays firm or stays flat. And even after you've worked in it, when something's dried, it doesn't hurt to kind of, put something on it and kind of get it a little bit in shape. But once you let it go, once you let that spine go sideways, there's no getting that back. It's like molded that way. All right, so this one, let's see if I can find a couple pages in here where I've done something, worked on it. I think we might have made this book on the last time we did this. So I may not have a lot of pages actually painted on in here, because I think this was the last book we made. Here's one that I showed earlier today. Okay, there's probably a couple in here. But again, I don't go front to back because I don't want the spine to warp. So there might be a couple in here, but so this one is 3 magazines cut in half with the edge cut off and then put together. So there's 6 signatures, if you will, in this one. All right, but this is the one we're going to make today. This size. I got a cat hair in my eye. Okay. Put it in caps if you're talking to me. Thanks, Flo. I appreciate that. You and Barbara Chicken Pot Pie are always so encouraging. And again, I've said it before. If you have Flo or Barbara in your streams, you are very blessed indeed, because there's no one more encouraging than those two. All right. So I do have, all right, Angie, you might want to go get you something to drink. Go get you some coffee or something, Angie, because I'm going to be cutting. Some people, it does freak out to see people cutting. So if you're one of those, and this project is not for children, just saying. My channel is not for children. So, all right. So let's move that there. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to make 3 of these. This is only one. No, I didn't show this one yet. This one's got probably the most worked in it. So let's go ahead and do a quick little flip in this one. So we'll do a little flip in here. You could add bits of like if you have a children's book. I've bought some children's books from like Hobby Lobby that are like this. Let me find one here. Find one here. Like these. This kind of thing. And they have big text in them. So these are good to cut up. For $1.99, you've got a lifetime's worth of words in here to use in a book like this. All right, let me keep flipping here. Okay, all right. So what I've done here is I've reversed collage. I have painted away. I've reversed away the things that I don't want on the page. So I've painted out what I don't want, and that's what I call reverse collage. See, I've painted all the brown around it, and some of it I've added extra pieces of collage and then painted some more in, but you can always add more. But the reverse part is where you get rid of anything you don't want on the page. So this one we've done quite a bit in. Added a little branch there and a piece of collage bird. And then some I just haven't got very far in. And the other thing I want to say, you can do a couple different things if you don't want to start with just like teal, for instance, on this page. You can get rid of all the things you don't want. You can go through the whole book, and I think I probably did that in this one. Went through the whole book and painted out all the text white. I've whited it out. You can use gesso. I just use acrylic paint, white acrylic paint. When I'm doing the same technique in my when I alter my abandoned books and I go through the book, I will go in with black. I will go in with black paint to get rid of the text or the sidebars or anything I don't want. But you can do it either way. You can do it black, white, or just start painting in colors. Like see here, this is just painted in white. This, I don't know if I started with white or if I just went ahead and did with yellow there. So I'll just do a little flip of this. I should finish this up a little more and make a reel out of this. It's hard for me to do a 1-minute video. It really is. This is when we first heard about Ukraine. And this was back in, I guess, 22. Did a little prayer page. Dream page. You can keep some of the text, some of the words. If there's words there you like, you can keep the words you like and paint around them. But these little books are really fun. And, you could add so many things to them. You could add you could do your own writing, journaling, and glue that in. Or you can make some pages, text where you can write on them. I always recommend if you're going to write on top of acrylic paint, nothing beats a Bic ballpoint pen. Or I think in Europe they call it a biro. The Bic pen, this is the best thing to write on acrylic paint. They always work. They always work. Trying to just flip the pages here. I know it's got a little bit of a glare. Maybe I need to move it back down a little here. And you can doodle, you can Zentangle, just depending on what kind. If you're using acrylic paint, you're going to have to think about what you can go over that with, right? Here's some scraped paint and started doing some different little leaves and, forest type thing. And every page is different because every magazine is different. Every magazine's got different things in them that you can work with. Like here, I've whited out the text. And then we'll get into the back here. Okay, so we're gonna make this. Hi, clear texture gesso is perfect for something like this. Yeah, it is. If you depending on what you want to do, like I'm trying to get rid of the text. I want it painted out, so I don't want it clear. But it depends on what you want to do on top. And there's PM Artist Studio. You could jelly plate in this. So let's just say you painted out some areas. Like, let me find this one's pretty full. But like here, you have this right here. You could take and I haven't really played with a lot of my mini jelly plates yet. But you can jelly plate, small areas, stencil and stencil on here, jelly plate, so you can use your jelly plate. You can always use one of your rub out tools, on the jelly plate and write some, look like that, faux writing and jelly plate. So there's lots of things you can do. But what I like about this, it's really a no thinking type of journal that you can play with. And again, you can do multiple signatures. You can make this one, as thick as you want, or you can do this size. Or again, if you don't want to cut anything down, if you miss the beginning, you can do little composition books. So there's all different ways that you can keep a little mini journal. But I want to show you how to recycle these magazines, unless you collect them, and I know a lot of people do. I have some Somerset magazines from the 1990s. I think I might have the very first issue from 1991 or two. So I do have quite a few that I've kept, but then I don't keep them anymore. Now I cut them up. A lot of them have the cardstock pages in them for you to tear out and use. So, all right. So the first thing I'm gonna do, get a Sharpie. Y'all with me? Y'all with the tour? Hi, Annette. Anybody else I miss coming in? All right. So now I'm just gonna make them the same size, and I'm not really measuring too much. I think it's half actually, but I'm just gonna kind of go with. Let's just see what that is. So that measures out to be about. We're going to go with, is it 4 inches? What did I do the last one? Is it 4.5? I think it's 4 inches. We'll go ahead and we'll go with 4.5. Okay. So I'm going to go with 4.5. Okay. Go down a little further. 4.5. Go all the way to the bottom. 4.5. Just so I can have a straight line. And I already messed this up somehow. Oh, that's 4.25. Okay, 4.5. There we go. So 4.5 all the way down. And you can make them any size you want. Like I said, it doesn't have to be, it can be any size you want. All right, so let me do it a couple times so I have a nice dark line to follow. Okay, there we go. Now, when I've cut this off, remember, you're not going to get rid of this. Now, the easiest way I found is to first break your book up into however many, rather than cutting this, well, maybe not. I don't know that it really matters too much. I'm trying to think of the easiest way to cut. It might be to cut this off and then cut this down. So we'll do that first. All right, so now I'm going to just cut off all this excess. You could probably do it either way because you're going to make, I think it's about 3.5. Let's see here. Let's measure. It's going to be 3.5 to get 3 out of this. Close enough. All right, so this is going to be 3.5, and we'll do that. We'll do that in a minute. All right, because we want to get 3 books out of this. And again, you can glue all 3 of them together, but I think I'm going to try to do a giveaway, so we'll see. All right, so now what I'm going to do, I got a cutting mat, a metal ruler. I cannot stress that enough. And I know last week for some small cut something, I used a plastic ruler. You never want to use a plastic ruler to do this, never. Okay, and you can use an X-Acto knife. I find this safer. It's bigger. You can hold it easier than an X-Acto knife where you're bearing down with your finger, like here. To me, this is something for something smaller. But like cutting and collaging and something, you're bearing down with your finger more than anything. When you're doing something this big and this thick, this to me is safer and sturdier and everything. Okay, so and you want to just take it now. I'm not going to look at chat while I do this. Okay, I'm not going to be. I'll stop cutting and look at chat, but so I'm going to go right on the line. And my books are never these like here's a whole bunch of them together. You can see they're not perfect. You can do this. You can take these to like Staples or Office Depot. I don't know who does it now. This was before the virus when you could do that. Take it and they will cut it for you and it'll be a perfect cut. They'll be perfectly flush when they're done cutting. These are not going to be perfectly flush. They're not going to be, I think I did that one fairly well. There's the bottom. Fairly well. But, if you want perfection, you better take it to a machine to cut it for you. All right. So now what I'm going to do, and you take your time. You don't have to bear down and try to go through 20 pages at once. What did Barb say? She said that to drive you over the wall. So you want to try to keep your fingers away from the edge, and you want to push down really hard. If you're going to push down anything, you want to push down on this ruler really hard. But this, you're going to kind of just glide. You're going to take your time. Okay? And you're just going to take your time and just slide it along. And the pages will start coming off, and you just kind of just slide them over. Take your time. Some of them you might have to do a couple at the top where they're just move them out of the way. But take your time. Kind of get them out of the way. Don't want your ruler to move. Take your time. And I'm kind of moving them out of my way so I'm not going to accidentally cut through more of these pages again and again. So you just kind of keep sliding them out of your way. There we go. Okay, so we cut that down. I think I did a pretty decent job. Looks pretty straight, pretty flush. Now, do not throw these away. We're going to use these. We're going to use all these pages again on the minis. Okay, so now what you do is 3.5. So let's measure again here. 3.5, 3.5. And the reason you want to do it twice is so you can get a straight line. If you just did one side 3.5, this side might have a tendency, you might shuffle it down, so. All right, so now we're going to go down here 3.5, 3.5. And then that'll be 3.5 or close enough. All right. All right, so now I'm going to draw these lines. Okay. Y'all still with the tour? Thank you, Tina. All right, so now I'm going to do the same thing. Now, when you cut when you're cutting off from the spine, you want to have the spine at the top. Do not try to cut it this way If you try to cut it from the loose edge, you're going to be getting this jacked up. Trust me. You want to, if you're going to cut these from any whatever size you cut, you want to cut from the spine. Okay. Now what we did before was just a straight cut from, edge to edge. But when you're on the spine, because it's going to you might have to do even 2 or 3 cuts more because you're cutting through glue as well. Okay. So again, y'all just be patient for a minute. And I want to concentrate. I don't want to, I want this right where I can keep it, and thinking. I don't want to take my attention away. Okay. So now again, I'm going to take my time, and I might have to cut 2 or 3, right there at the spine, a couple extra cuts. But I'm going to take my time because you're cutting through the glue too. But if you start on this end, then this is just going to start flaying up, and you're going to get a messy cut. So let me just concentrate here, guys, because I can't flick away. I can't flick these away like I did the side. I'm flick. I can't do that. It's all going to just have to be one smooth cut. This is also why one of these blades is better, because you have a longer blade. Now I'm not pushing down real hard, medium pressure, and just lots of cuts. It's better to take lots of little cuts than try to do one hard pressure and try to get through 10 at a time. Just take your time. And again, I might have to do a couple more at the glue edge here. And pretty soon I should be able to bend this. But, okay, let's see here. Okay, let me take a minute and see how I'm doing here. I'm only about halfway. No, I'm a little bit more than halfway. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is, you can see I've got it cut here, but I'm only about 2/3 of the way on the spine, because there's more on the spine. So you can see it's pretty good. But sometimes I'll just turn this around. I'll still measure again. Let's see. Maybe I'll just keep going. But you can sometimes turn it around and work from the back to get that last bit of the spine done. Let's see here. Let's see if I can just work it. Because I'm already done through the rest of the pages. But the glue and the spine, it takes a little more effort here. Almost. All right, I'm going to turn it over. Let's see if I can I'm going to get right on the same spot. Hang on. Where'd my pen go? Here it is. So I'm going to turn it over. And again, it's not going to be perfect. I can tell you right off. It's not going to be perfect by me doing it. You can take more time. You could take an hour to do it if you want. I just don't want to take all that time. But we got to get through this spine here. Again, if you don't want to do this part, you can take it somewhere and have the machine cut it for you. I'm almost there. And you do need a cutting mat, because you can hear I'm cutting, it's falling off the edge there. Okay, let's see how I'm going to do it. There we go. All right. You can sand that a little bit. You can take, if you have a designated emery board like I do somewhere. Let's see here. I have designated emery boards for the rougher the better. Like, they're made for your acrylic nails, and you can go in here and sand it down any little rough edges or, you know, places that you really didn't get that good. Okay. All right. So same thing here. There's a couple little rough edges. Okay. It's a little crooked, but it's not too bad. All right. Let's see. Hang on. All right. All right. Let me check chat, see if everything's going good. Hi, Hudson Sailor. So Hudson Sailor is one of the ones that won one of my varnished postcards. I haven't heard back from anybody yet that they got the varnished postcards. I sent out 7 of them. I'm hoping that, and I know like 4 of them were international. So I don't expect people to tell me, you know, they got them yet from 2 weeks ago. But I hope they all get there because I really love those postcards. Hi, Judy. Okay, now we've got one more cut to do. We're going to go ahead and finish this because if I'm going to give them away, I got to cut this in half. All right, so now we're going to do the same thing. Same thing again. Just give me a couple minutes. Okay, give me a couple minutes here. I don't want to rush it, you know. But you want to try to hold your ruler as, you know, this is where the pressure is. My pressure is on the ruler. Okay, I let the ruler slip a little. So let's see how we're doing here. Okay, we're getting there. Still got a little bit more of the whole thing yet, so keep going. Please don't. Oh, thanks, Barbara. Okay, so I'm down through there. So you can see I still have that much to go. Let's go ahead and turn it over. All right, let me take my pen and mark it so I'm going the same. Almost through. Can almost snap it at some point. I'm almost there. It's just like a couple pages left. I'll take my time though. There we go. Okay, so there's a little bit of filing that needs to be done on that. Let me do this over the trash. Hang on. Okay, that's pretty neat. All right, let's see this one. Okay. All right, there we go. Oh, all right. Let me get a sip of water here. Did I miss anything? I did close the knife, Peggy. I closed it. It's closed. I do have a habit of closing the knife. Hi, Marguerite. Okay, so now I can move this. We have our 3 pieces here. So here's the magazine edge, okay, the end. And again, it takes a minute to get through that spine. This didn't take too long to cut off. Now, what you want to do though is, I'm going to do this. I'm going to, I don't know if I can, here's the thing. If I do a giveaway though, I can't really, maybe I can. If I try to do the tape, see, to mail these, I have to do this. I have to mail them like this. And that's going to ruin the spine, I think, if I put that on there. Let me do one for, see what happens. Okay, so the scaffer tape tears real easy. Okay, so I think I'll just cover up the J. So, okay, so you want to pull it kind of really tight around like that. This just really helps secure the spine. I tore that pretty accurately. I just tore. I didn't even measure really. Okay, so now let's see what happens. Let me make sure it's on there really well. If I open it up and flatten it out, I've mailed these before, but I don't remember if I mailed them with the tape on. I guess it would be okay. I think, see, it makes a bulk there. I have to think if I, especially if I send one international, it has to be really flat, or they'll charge me $20 to mail this. And I'm not exaggerating, because remember I tried to send that book, that pouch to Raul. It was about this thickness, and they wanted to charge me $20 to mail it and $10 for Raul to pick it up in Spain. So I said, no, we're just going to send it flat rate and hope it gets to him. I haven't heard yet. So I'm thinking maybe that will work. We'll go ahead and put the tape on there. Okay. If I do a giveaway. So let's go ahead and put the tape. No, that's a little too short. Let me go ahead and measure, because I do want the full 3.5 inches of tape on there. So let me go ahead and measure this out. Where's my big scissors? Here we go. I want it to be accurate here. Let me cut that little edge off. This is some sturdy tape. And again, you can, if you don't have gaffer tape, you can just use duct tape, but you do want sturdy tape. And you don't really, for this, you don't really need a spine, to cover the spine, but it does kind of help, because it's going to get fluffy. You know what I mean? It's going to get fluffy. All right, so let's go ahead and let's measure this exactly. All right. Okay. I might have to cut it down just a little. Okay, just a tiny, tiny bit. It looks better. I just like the way it looks with a little bit of a. Let's cut it. Okay. Oops, I folded it. Can't fold it. Got a little fold in it. Oh, it's not going to come off. Let's just cut this edge. This is very, very sticky. And it's easier to tear it than it is to cut it, actually. All right. Okay. All right. This one I didn't cut as neatly, but it'll do. All right. All right. So I got a couple here for giveaways. All right. Anything I'm missing in chat? Let's see here. Do not bend following lane. Well, that's the other thing too, guys, and I'll tell you this from post office experience. If you put on your package, like let's just say, I mail some things in the big flat 8.5 by 11, or 8 by 10, those white envelopes. If you put do not bend on there, it's considered a package and they charge you accordingly. So if just FYI, if you say do not bend, it's considered a package, because then the mailman can't the mailman can't put it in your post, your mailbox like that if he can't bend it. So therefore it's considered a package. So just FYI, if you don't want it bent, that's fine, but you're going to pay for it. I don't know, Lisa. I get it on Amazon. You might be able to get it at a hardware store. But it's called gafferpower.com tape. And what I love about it, it's so easy to tear. It's, easier to tear than duct tape. And it also tears, lengthwise, and like, here, let me show you. So it tears perfectly straight, but it also tears the other way straight. See, you can go both ways and it tears straight. So yeah, I love me some gaffer tape. I think it comes in a roll of 2. I think this is my second roll I'm about done with. I need to probably order me some more. All right, so now I'm going to set these 2 aside. And when you get it, guys, if you want to file that down and make it a little neater, but again, these are going to be kind of like desk junk journal type things. You don't want to get them too neat. You know what I mean? Don't make them so precious that you're not going to play with them, right? Like this. See, look, there's how I put, I think, 3 rows of gaffer tape on this one. And this is 3 magazines cut in half with the edge cut off. Now, what I wanted to say though about the edges, so we've cut these off, cut all this off the edge, right? Now, I won't use this because it's, I don't want to put this inside. Same thing for the back. I won't use this on the inside because it's too thick for what my purposes are. Now what you got is all this collage fodder. Now, you can do a couple things, and I'll tell you what I do, and you do what you want. Let's go ahead and zoom in one more now that we're working small. Like I said earlier, you can go through your book and go page by page and white out or black, either one. If you're going to do something like this, I would say use white. When I do my abandoned altered book, I use black. But I know where I'm heading with the black. I'm heading for stars and landscapes and, stuff like that. So that's why I use black, white out, if you will, black out the text in the books, because I know where I'm heading in those books. I'm going to have outer space, I'm going to have water, and I'm going to have scenery. So I know I want all the edges to be blacked out. But if you're doing something like these, I would suggest using white paint or gesso, because you want to be able to add bright colors on top of it and stuff. So it's just, behooves you to white this stuff out with white paint rather than black paint. But, or you don't even have to white it out at all. You just go straight in there with color. Although sometimes the text, especially if it's a bold text or something, it might show through, which that's fine too. Okay, so now the spine is nice and secure. And that doesn't mean that when you start adding a lot of paint or water or things like that, that some pages might get loose or come out. That's what happens with these. I found these really loosen up and they can come apart. I'll just tape it back together because I don't care. See, look, I just had a piece of tape. But some people are really OCD about this kind of thing. So just saying. All right, so now you can do, like I said, you can do a few things. You can just skip around. Oh, the other thing is, remember, even on a small one like this, you want to go front to back to front, because otherwise this spine, even this spine, will start to warp. It will warp more so if you have a lot of them glued together. It will do this. If you start going front to back, by the time you're about this far in, this whole book is going to look like that, and there's no getting that back. Ask me how I know. So it's best to work all different parts. Quit talking about me, Janet said. Okay, so so funny. All right, but like here, so any page you want to work on. Now, I like to go through and do a whole bunch at once. You could just do one at a time. You can, do a page at a time. Just find something that you like. Now this is the top of the book, so there's probably going to be, remember, this is a magazine cut in half. So I'm going to say probably the one with the most color and drama to it's going to be this one, because it's from the middle. So the middle is going to have a lot more colorful pages. Can you see that? Because we're taking out from the middle. Here's the bottom half. It'll still be good too, but the top half, which is the one I reserved for myself, is going to have the least amount. It's got the least amount of, see how it's a lot of white pages at the top? So, which is fine, because what we do with this, that we cut off the edge, is now you can do a couple different things. And this is what I like to do. You do it how you want. If you just want to keep your stack and work at it whenever you want. But this will make your page, this will be cohesive if you work with this and this. And then I'll always add other things too. But this is what I usually do. I will go through, and not even with scissors, because that's going to take too long. Yeah, I'm done cutting, Angie. Now I'm going to just tear. I will find what I like. Like I like that little girl's face, which that's the cover of the new Somerset. I'm not keeping this. All right. I got my trash can right next to me. I'm not being too, and if I can pick up something here, and like I like that. Okay, and I might even tear off that. This goes in the trash. Don't anybody email, oh my gosh, you threw away a lot. I'm not keeping every little bit. Okay, so and you got to look at front and back, see what you like. Keep a bit apart, and again, I like to tear just all the white edges off. It's ready for me to go. See, if I tear it down, and I won't do this whole stack. This will take me probably about 30 minutes to do this whole stack. Okay, so I like this here. I'm going to tear that maybe in half. I'm not trying to keep any of the art. I'm not trying to keep any of the art intact. I just want what I like, little bits, just little pieces. Okay, and some, like I love this, but I don't know if I like this better. Okay, and I might like it because of the color. Okay, there's these little people here. Maybe I like the people. Be a little people-y. Oh my gosh, speaking of people-y, let me show you this Instagram oh wait, I sent it to, oh wait, hang on, I got an answer on it, hang on. So anyway, I saw this on Instagram Reels or memes, and it's somebody's European travel and lifestyle. Which kind of person are you at the airport? Listen, I don't think there's music. Maybe there is. Hang on. Let me see if it'll come up. There's 6 types of people at the airport. The sleepyhead, done with people. Let's start it over. The workaholic, too friendly talker, the snacker, the mental breakdown, the sleepyhead, done with people. I love that. I saw that this morning. Anyway. Okay, so I like this black and white right here. So I'll just do a few more of these. And also what I'll do is whoever wins and I'll do one US, one international. Hopefully it doesn't cost me more than $7 to mail international. That's what that'll be the minimum. It'll cost me is $7, which is okay. You're worth it. I have, Deb just texted, she just messaged, I mean, she just super chatted me this morning. So y'all, y'all do pay for the postage. So I'm not complaining. What I'm complaining about is not that I don't have the money to do it or that y'all don't support the channel, but that it costs so dang much. That's what's so irritating. All right, so let's see. I just like some of this blue and teal. See, I'm just keeping little parts that I like. All right, let's see. Let's keep some of this black and white. And the reason I'm not cutting is because for two reasons. One, if you tear, it's not going to be, perfect and exact, and you don't want it to be. The second reason you don't want it to be is a torn edge is much easier to blend in with paint than a cut edge in collage. And everybody has their own thing. Don't email me, oh, I like to cut it. I don't, this says gray right here. That's fine. You do you. I'm just telling you what works for me. A torn edge will blend with your acrylic paint much easier than a cut edge. You paint over a cut edge and you will see that line. Like I didn't tear that right there because I didn't want to cut off the gray, the Y. That's a straight edge, which is fine. But when I go to paint this in, that edge will show. You will be able to go like this and see that cut edge. So just say, all right, let me find a couple more. Like here's a bright one here. There's a piece of bright color. And you can just flip through. So what I'll do though is I'm just going to keep a few here. Let me do maybe 3 more. I'll pick myself out 3 more, and the rest I'll send off to you guys that win it, to win the magazine. Let's see. And they're not in any particular order. They're all going to be upside down, right side up. Oh, I do like this, though. I do like this. Okay. All right, there we go. That's enough. All right. And if I go through here and it's just white paper, I'm not going to send y'all that. I'm not going to send y'all just a piece of white paper. But I'll send y'all, I'll send you 5, 10 or 15 sheets or whatever. So this will be our giveaway here. Let's just set that aside. All right. So I have some pulled out here, and here's my journal. Y'all, is this interesting? Anybody? Is anybody getting? Hi, Lisa. Is anybody getting inspired to try this? Again, if you don't want to cut it down yourself, you can take it and have it cut for you. But anyway, and the other thing I do in these, hi Julie Topaz, happy wonderful Wednesday. The other thing that I like, I don't do in these kind of little journals like this, I do not go to the trouble of matte medium and all that. I just use glue sticks. I'm going to go ahead and probably use glue stick today because it's quicker. But it's not going to be as secure, maybe it depends. I guess it just depends on how much you work on top of it and stuff. But, you could use your, here. I have my Eileen's tacky glue that I keep in a thing like this upside down, so it's always ready to go. You can let's just take this little piece. Let's find some spot here. Let's just go right here. Okay, so sometimes I'll just put it on the back, but if you put it on the back like this, I'm trying to give you all the tips I know and things I think about as I'm working. Don't just glue that down like that, because you will get lumps and bumps that will show through. You want to mash that out, go all the way to the end, then all your edges will be glued down like this. Eileen's tacky glue just rolls off your hands. Okay, so then we'll just put that here, and that's fine. But I want to be quick today. I've already got a whole bunch of these for myself. I've already got a whole bunch of these. I don't really need another one. I'm doing this to show you guys how to make one. But if you want to use a glue stick today, or, whatever works for y'all, y'all have worked enough with glues and stuff to know what works for you. Hi, Vagabond. Stop. Vagabond. What was it? I saw a video of yours this morning. What was it? Let me go. I watched you this morning. Whoops. You popped up in my feed. Did you have a morning video this morning? Let me go over here and look you up. Let me see. Search. There it is. Didn't you have a video this morning? Hang on. Postcard. Maybe it was it postcards? If y'all don't follow My Vagabond Style, she does Collage Weekly. The Margaret. Hang on. The Margaret Miller. She does the Margaret Miller. She does postcards. She does all kinds of things. So, but she popped up in my feed this morning, and I saw her do this postcard. I saw her do these more fun art postcards. So yeah. And she varnished them like, yeah. I was saying, oh, good. She varnished them too, because I like my postcards varnished too. And she had two different kinds of gloss varnish. She had the kind I use and another kind. So y'all go watch My Vagabond Style right there. This was this morning's. This was this morning's video. And she varnished them. So yeah. So yeah, let me click on her. Where'd she go? There she is. So yeah, y'all go watch My Vagabond Style. I like that video, especially because you use some of the same varnish I use. It's good varnish. Here, let me show y'all. I think it's pretty much maybe this might be the new cover. I'm not sure, but it's the Deco Art High Gloss, and just make sure y'all Americana, make sure you use water based. Doesn't have to be this, but any kind of gloss varnish you use, make sure it's water based. Do not buy oil based varnish. You will be cleaning brushes forever. This washes out with water. Your brushes and everything. So yeah, I like that somebody else was varnishing postcards. I go, oh, I like that. So, but she also had a different kind I'd never heard of. Oh, thanks, Tina. She also had another kind that I'd never heard of before, and I'm not sure she got it, but yeah, so y'all go watch. You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, so gluing that down with just glue. Again, these journals for me are just play. That I don't get out the, and you can. It just depends on what you want to do, how serious you want your book to be, or whatever. But I don't get out the matte medium with these. I have to show y'all samples of how to use matte medium and stuff. And I think I've used it matte medium on one of these books over here. I forget which one, but anyway. Just use some glue. Just use some, if you use tacky glue, though, you want to make sure it's nice and flattened out. You can take a card. Let me get a sip of water. You can take a gift card, an Amazon card, or whatever, and mash down. I always recommend doing this all the time with any kind of glue project. You want to mash down. You can never go wrong with mashing down. Mash down is a secret to collage gluing success. I can't stress that enough. The other tip I would give you is if you're using matte medium, and people don't think that it matters when you're going to put down matte medium. Some people just put down their matte medium and stick it down, or and then they go over the top, and they'll even mash it down. But it does matter that you put the matte medium here on the back and over the top, and then mash down. It makes all the difference in your end product. It really does. You might not think. Thanks, Tina. Tina put a link into the gloss varnish. I think it's less. It's less than that on at the store. I think at Michael's or Hobby Lobby. I think it's like $8. It's not 16. Is that 2 in there? I'm not sure, Tina. That's a little high on that price. So I'm not sure why it's so much. Okay, let me get me a baby wipe here. Okay. Yeah, I was thinking of watching Vagabond Style this morning. I went when I was at Colleen's, and Colleen's already left, so we can talk about her. Just no, don't even. We're friends. I'm not saying nothing. But I was at her stream yesterday for a little bit while she was waiting for Kathy, and She goes, I wish Dee was here to help out because Kathy's not here. I said something like, I'm here, Colleen. And she goes, you usually you run your errands. I said, I've already run my errands. It was 10 o'clock. It was when she came on at 10 a.m. I said, I've already run all my errands. I'm back now. She goes, you've already run all your errands? And Colleen's not a morning person. Colleen is not a morning person. So for me to tell her I had already run all my errands, post office, grocery store, Hobby Lobby, Chick-fil-A, whatever, and be back by 10 o'clock. She was like, oh my gosh. I said, but Colleen, you got to remember, I'm in bed at 8 o'clock reading. I get up at 4:35 a.m., but I'm in bed by 8 and sitting and laying there reading books. So, don't be too impressed, Colleen. I'm getting up in bed early. So anyway, I was, got up this morning. Hubster always makes me coffee in the morning, and I check my mail and I'll check my subby, who's posted overnight. And that's how I saw Vagabond came up first thing this morning. So I watched her video first thing this morning with my coffee. Oh, okay, team. Well, I don't know. Maybe it's gone up in price. Because let me check the price on this. It was, what was it? $7.99. Both jars that I have, $7.99. So I don't know why it's $14.99 on Amazon. So check your crafts. That's one of those things. It's just weird. Maybe it's because it's liquid. I don't know. Tina, I never leave the house before noon. That's funny. Okay, so let me so we're gonna just I said all that and showed you some glue things, but we're just gonna use glue sticks today. So I'm not gonna do a whole lot because I want to show y'all the the painting in process and adding other things to it. So you can do it a couple ways. You can have a few things sitting out. You can do one page at a time, go to one page, and then start flipping through. And you don't even have to just use the pages that you cut off. It's just that they're going to go, you're going to have an easier time kind of matching things up a little better. But I like this. So let's see. I think I'll put her, let's see here. I'm going to cut this off here. Do I have enough space? Now, if you're going to go edge to edge, it's not going to matter if it's a straight edge because you're not going to blend in any paint. So I will trim that off at the top because I don't need to worry about blending. But this is still a torn edge here. So all these little tips, they really do make a difference when you're working. So, you don't have to do what I'm showing you to do. And I don't ever mean to make you feel like you have to do it the way I'm doing it. I'm just showing you the ways that I found work. But you use whatever techniques, tips, tricks you like. All right, there we go. And, it is a glue stick. So, you got to be aware. There's this little piece right here that kind of matches over here. Just going to go ahead and use that up. And if y'all missed the beginning of today's show, I did go through all my, worked in books. So if you want to look at some of those, go back later. Let's see. The other mixtures are much cheaper. Maybe just because it's high gloss. Well, mine are high gloss. Mine's high gloss. I don't know. Is the one you posted not high gloss? Yeah, exactly, Leona. Mine was $7.99 at Hobby Lobby. So, yeah. I don't know why. That's weird, though, isn't it? All right. So, and again, you can go through and just find some pages. Now, remember, I'm using the top of the book, so there's going to be less art on the very top, a lot of white page, which is fine. You can paint in. And again, if you want to, you can get rid of all the text by painting first. You're going to cover a lot of it up, but you can paint out the text if you want to start. There's going to be a lot of text, right? Especially at the top. But again, flip back and forth, work middle to back, so that you're not going to warp the spine of your book. Okay, there's kind of a tan color. Let's add these little people here. And you don't even have to use what you cut off the edge. You use whatever you want. It's just that this is a way to recycle the magazine. So you're not just recycling the cut down part, you're recycling the edges that you cut off. You're recycling the whole thing. And then you can take, smash it down. Oh, gotta be careful with edges. Sometimes I throw in a random high price. Yeah, that's true, Harleen. You do have to watch. And the other thing you got to watch, because I buy a lot of books. The other thing you got to watch is when you buy books like Taschen or art books and stuff like that. You want to make sure check the size of the book, because if you're buying a reprint of a book, you might, especially like some of the Taschen books come this size, and you think you're buying an 8x10 and you're really getting a set 5x7. You just got, and sometimes that's all there is the 5x7 version. And I'm just using them as an example, not calling out Taschen, because I love me some Taschen books. I'm just saying you want to always make sure on the size of the books, because they're showing you a big close-up picture. You're seeing this. You're seeing this on Amazon, right? Here's this awesome art journaling book. Look how cool it is. And you get it, and it's this big. So you just want to, you want to make sure that you you want to make sure you check the size of books that you buy. And I'm going all the way to the edge here. Okay, we'll go right there. And then, of course, I got me a baby wipe here to get any glue up that I get on my table here. And then again, you can really mash. It just takes a second to mash down your stuff. Let's see. Hi, Debbie Bruce. Hope you're doing well. Got some glue there. So anyway, all right, I'll stop. I'll stop on the gluing down part. Okay. But because you get the idea. Again, you can go through the whole book and get rid of all the text, or you can just do it as you go. It's probably more fun just to do it as you go rather than kind of basing it. But it's, depends on how OCD you are. I'm definitely appreciating this stream. Oh, good, Vale. I'm glad. I like it when people just come in here, get away from the world a little bit, have some time to be a little creative and a little, little getaway. Because if y'all want the news and all the bad news and everything going on in the world, trust me, I know it all, what's going on. But this is a little break. If you want that stuff, you can go to X, you can go to Facebook, and you can go to the news channels. Just not that we never talk about anything going on, but we try to keep it a little bit inspirational and a little bit escape for a couple hours. All right, so now that we started that, I need to dry. This is wet from my baby wipe. Let me get a Kleenex here. Just kind of dry this off here. I need to change my paper. This is just a roll of wrapping paper. I think I got it at Michael's, but it's extra wide. It's like Christmas wrapping paper. It's big, And so when it gets too gunky, I just put another layer over the top. I don't even know how many layers. This is just a piece of foam cord. This is another tip for the streamers out there. Just a foam board. Like this is just a piece of foam board, right? And you can just keep wrapping it. It's nice and cushy after a few weeks because you've laid a lot of things. My table itself, I've also got a couple cutting mats, the big sewing, cutting, quilting mats on here. But on this table, I have probably not taken off the paper under that table for 10 years. There's probably 10 years worth of paper under my cutting mats, under this mat, and on the table itself. It's really cushy. Just keep covering it up. I did one day. I think one day I did cut through all the layers. I cut through all the layers so we could count how many layers were on my table. Anyway, all right. So let's just go ahead and find a page here we want to work on. Maybe one of the ones we just glued down, or maybe there's just something like this one. All right, I haven't glued anything down on this one yet, but I like the colors. So then the other tip I would give you is, if you don't know what to do or where to start, or I don't know what to, is just go by the color. Or when you're when you're using up some paint left over from some project, scrape that paint off, find a page that has those colors on it, and just scrape it off. Now, don't shut the book. You got to let it dry. Thanks, Tina. You got to let it dry before you shut the book. So there is that. Or use your heat tool and dry it. But so you can kind of go by color. So like here, that we've got some kind of yellow ochre. And by the way, this palette's my mini palette. Here's my main palette that I use. This is my main palette. It's just a tray, but it's got all my acrylic paint. This is what I use when, it's just me and the desk. But when I'm on stream, that thing would take up too much room. So this right here, I got 50% off in the baking department at Hobby Lobby a couple weeks ago. Everything in the baking department was 50% off. So I bought some cake stencils and some scrapey tools and some cool stuff in the baking department. And Michael's also has a baking department. They things go on sale too. But this is just an acrylic. It's probably about maybe, no, it's not quite a half inch, but maybe. But it's acrylic, and it was like regularly $9.99. I got it for half off. So I got it for $5. And so that's what I've been using lately on the stream. Okay, it doesn't even matter if you've been already pretended or so everybody's welcome, supported here at these. That's true. And I follow a lot. I mean, and I'm not, bragging on myself or anything. I'm just, because I want y'all to do the same. If you come across, I don't care if you have, if you just started out and got 50, 100, 200 subbies, and you come across, or I've got almost 30,000. I can't get over that hump. Get over that 30,000 hump. And really, considering that I've been streaming and uploading from Ustream to YouTube and streaming, I've been streaming on YouTube for 10 years, but I was streaming 4 years before that on Ustream. And I did upload some of those videos, but not many. But anyway, so I've been on YouTube 10 years, and really 30,000 is not a lot of subbies for 10 years. But here's the thing, and I'll tell y'all this, that are streamers. Let me go ahead and start. Streamers or, I need to get that wax paper, or thinking about doing channels or videos or whatever. Lives do not get the same views as videos. I don't do regular videos. I've done a few, Hobby Lobby walkthroughs and Blick walkthrough. I've done a few, and I've done a few shorts. But I don't do videos. I just only do live. That's what I like to do. It's all I want to do. I don't want to do videos where I have to edit and crop and do this and do that. It's not my thing. But that's what YouTube is, right? It's just mostly just videos. The streamers, although there are more now than before, it's the minority, right? And they don't get the same amount of views as just videoing does. So if you're out there trying to do, get a lot of views, a lot of followers, a lot of action on your channel, then you're going to want to do a lot of shorts, few lives, and a lot of videos. So there is that. I mean, I would just personally just rather stay at 29,400, whatever it is, than have to do any more to do videos. I just don't enjoy doing videos. I don't enjoy editing and all that. I just like to come live, do our thing, inspire, encourage, shout you guys out, talk about your channels, because I love doing that. That's what I like to do, than to try to, get millions of viewers. That's just, I mean, it'd be nice, but I'm not going to complain if I get my 30,000, but it doesn't, this is what I like doing for you guys. All right. So now I'm going to go ahead and take some wax paper, because I am going to paint edge to edge. So I'm going to want to put some wax paper behind here. Otherwise, not that Oops, not that you want to be so neat that you don't want to get any paint over it. The reason I do the wax papering is so you don't glue your pages shut. Because if you're sitting here and you don't have wax paper and you get some paint over the edge and you sit there for 5 minutes, go to the bathroom, go get you something to drink, you come back, those pages are going to be glued together. I showed you that's what happened in my I Spy the Eye book. Did the gold edge and I set it down. I didn't shut the book, but they glued the edges together. So I went to the next page and I accidentally skipped a page. So I got page 7 and 8. And then the next page is page 7 and 8. They stuck together. So you want to use wax paper so that you don't glue your pages shut. Okay, let's see. I know exactly. That's because you do shorts. Yeah, Raul has thousands of followers because he does shorts. And so, yeah, it just depends on what's important to you. And I understand young people like Raul and others, they're all about that. It's fine. It's just, that's not what I'm all about, so it's fine. You guys are here. 107 people that are here. You're what's important to me today. All right, so let's see. Yellow ochre and maybe some cranberry. Napa red. Okay, so we're going to just put out cranberry Napa, a little bit of Napa red. Okay, so you can do a couple different ways, and I've done it with my fingers. I've finger painted, but I'm just going to, you can do however you want. You can use a brush. You can start with a palette knife because that gives you some cool scrapey effects. Okay. Gives you some scrapey effects here. Again, you can use your finger. You can use a baby wipe as an awesome blending tool. Y'all know I love me some baby wipes. So you can leave it like this. You can scrape it. Let's put in a little bit of the Napa red here. Let's just put in a little. I don't want it to look like we shot a deer. So we'll take the Napa red off the deer. We'll leave it on this side. It still is going to look like that. Now that I've said it, y'all can't unthink it, right? But you can take your baby wipe and blend. You can pick up some more paint and blend the baby wipe. Okay. Let's get some black as well. Where's my black? Yeah, right, Elisa. Wait, okay, I just thought of something. Wait. No! No! All right, so let's put some black in there. All right, so I'm just going to pick up a little tiny bit of black here. And you can see how you can add texture and just all different things, right? And then you can do drips, you can do splatters. Let's just do a little. No, we don't do any more splattering on the deer. I don't know how we picked this page. Okay, so you get the idea. And then you can do, let me get one of my all pencils. Where's my Stabilo all? That's the Colorase. Where's my Stabilo all here somewhere? Maybe it's in my pencil case. All right, let's see what's in the pencil case, shall we? I'm looking for my Stabilo all pencil, and it may or may not be in here. Let's see. May not be. There's a Prismacolor. Oh, here it is. Okay. So Stabilo all is a all around good pencil, and it comes in red, blue. I think blue, red, black, white, and but it's a good one for this kind of doodly like that. And so you can do, so you can, y'all can scribble, scrabble like, oh, I got one other thing I got to show you today. Oh, here we go. Let's go back over to my current. This is my current desk journal. Let's see. Do I have one that has a scribble scrabble on it? Here. Let's see. Scribble scrabble. Just whatever. This one I just based everything I liked gold, yellow, black, white. It's a color. You can just use a color theme. It doesn't even have to be anything, just a mix of the color combinations. And y'all know I'm all into my color cubes these days. So you can do that. You can do I have a water brush here? Let's see here. Let me grab a water brush. And that the Stabilo all really will move a lot. The Stabilo all pencil will move. It's like a water-based pencil. Stabilo all. Aquarel. I think see, there's the word all right there. And it's very black, especially if you go onto wet paper. Okay. All right. So let's see. Yeah, that was fun, Raul. When Kathy and Colleen and I did we did the Christmas collage with Santa. What book was? I can't remember which book it was in, but it was in one of the abandoned altered books. And Santa had a day. Oh, all right. So now I do need to dry this if I want to do another page. Look at the heat tool here. And I do want to show y'all one other thing before I forget. So now see how that's got paint on there? So you don't want to glue your pages shut. So I don't care that it gets on the other side, but you don't want to glue your pages shut. Very easy to do that. Okay. There we go. You could put a thought bubble. What would y'all like him to be saying? We could do a speech bubble. We could make one. No. I just leave it like this, I mean, you can do whatever you want. Yeah, it is, and that's true, Leona. These little journals like this is a great way to play with all your stuff. And again, having a desk journal, whether it's something this small or like the current one I have, I won't go through them too much now, but this is what I used to use for desk journals. I know I've shown them before a zillion times over 14 years of streaming, but these are what I used to use for desk journals. I'd buy one of these a year from Barnes and Noble, and they're $40. They were $40. They may be more now, but they're genuine leather from Italy. And I would buy one a year, and I'd use that desk journal all year long, and it would last me a year. Now it sounds like they're stuck together, but they're really not. It's just they're just stacked so tight. But there's Hubster calls me his whirling dervish. So there's my whirling dervish. But anyway, and I would just glue, splatter paint, whatever left over, stencil, whatever. It's just bits and pieces of stuff, and I'd use it for a year, and it would pretty much fill up. There's a few pages in there I didn't get to, but again, trying to go front to back to front. So I'd use one of these a year, and I don't know how many I have of these, but I have quite a few. I have quite a few of these that I would use as a desk journal. And I kind of quit doing the desk journals for a while because I was doing a lot of the little traveler's notebooks and stuff like that I'd be putting all my bits and pieces in. But so I did started this one a couple months ago just to have one handy. But you can do the same thing with these kind of things. Or, if you want more of them, you can add, glue a whole bunch of them together. This will last you a long time. So, all right, let's see. Yeah, I thought we were hunting wabbits. Yeah, there you go, Tex. All right, so you get the idea for that. We'll do one more. Oh, the other thing I wanted to show you, I've been playing with folding down the file fold. I mean, the posters. This is the I one that we did a couple weeks ago, and of course not done. The other side goes the other way. Not even started that. But taking a poster or a piece of watercolor paper, the big sheets of watercolor paper, cutting them down and make it. It's kind of like an accordion fold. If you want to see how I did this, it was the a week ago Monday, not this Monday, but a week ago, I think Mondays when we started this, and I showed how to fold a poster, fold it and cut it down to make it. It's almost like an accordion book. It's all one big sheet of paper, and you can do the same thing with a watercolor sheet of watercolor paper if you want a nicer paper and do nicer work in it. But when I was at Hobby Lobby yesterday, I hadn't talked to Janet because I didn't really get much, but I did get this. The where the watercolor paper is at your craft store, Hobby Lobby, Michaels, the big sheets of watercolor. They also have the big sheets of Canson paper. Not card. There's also thicker cardstock, but there's Canson paper, just the paper. So I bought 3 sheets and I folded them up, and I got 3 black file posters now, books. And I did one this way. I did one going portrait version. So this one's going portrait version. And then I did cut 2 to do landscape version. They're not a lot different. And of course, they're the same size. It's just one folds landscape wise. Okay. And one folds portrait size. But it's all one big sheet of paper. Okay, and I showed how to do this, and I learned how to do this from Tisha Moore probably 14, 15 years ago. Is the first person that I saw doing this fold. I see other people doing it now, but that was the first person that I saw do it. It's one big sheet of paper folded and 3 cuts, and you have this book. I like the black too. So when I was at Hobby Lobby yesterday, I bought 3 sheets and I immediately came home, cut and folded them. So now I've got some black ones to work with. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with them, but I wanted to show y'all that option. These come in lots of colors. Pretty teals, yellow, orange. They come in every color. It's just paper. It's probably about a 60 weight, maybe. I'm not exactly sure. It's thicker than, of course, copy paper. It's not as thick as poster board. It's, of course, not as thick as watercolor paper. But it's a good weight for a book like this, right? And this comes in so many colors. So you can get it in lots of, any color. And you could also, if you wanted to, you could also attach these together and make it even a double-sized book. But this is plenty big enough to make something with. Okay. So that's the other thing I wanted to show you. I'm looking around here. I think that's it. All right, so let's go ahead and do another little page in the book. Your what you call it, pen, your gel pens. Yeah, you could do your gel pens on the black, Missy. Yeah. You could do your gel pens or anything like you like to do on black. Glitter stuff. All right, so let's go find something else that's calling my name. Now remember, look, we got this red. We got here. Let's go right here because that yellow ochre can be used on this page. The idea is to use this stuff up, right? So we want to kind of, and you want to go front to back to front. You want to move around your book so that you don't warp your spine. All right, any questions? I know I've been just gabbing. Okay, so let's go ahead and start again. We'll scrape. A palette knife is just really easy to get that texture look. You think, I can't get those like cool grunge looks. Use a palette knife. Use a palette knife. And I'm skimming. it. I'm barely touching it. But it does go on kind of thick, so you gotta, you're gonna have to dry it. But that skimming is what's giving that texture, right? Okay, and then we got some, I don't want their faces completely covered. Let's go ahead and do maybe a little black around the edges here. Very little paint on the palette knife. Very little paint on the palette knife. Okay. I mean, you already got something going here, right? Let's try it. Tina said she made a watercolor paper book and it was small and cute. Yeah, you can make those any size you want. I can show you if y'all missed how to fold one, I can show you real quick with just a piece of regular paper. Let me see, do I have a piece of paper sitting right here? Hang on. Now, this is going to be very small, but this is the same way you'd fold the larger sheet. Okay, this is how you make that book, kind of like an accordion type book. This is what you do. Regardless of the size of the sheet of paper, it's always the same way. Well, you can cut it one way to make a portrait, the other way to make a landscape, but this is how you fold them all. Fold this in half, and you do want to take time and fold it neatly. And that does matter at the end of the day. You really want to make your line this up as neatly as you can, because that will affect how neat your book looks at the end of the day. All right, then you just open it up and fold it the other way. Okay, there's that. So you can just see it. Fold this way and fold this way. Now you just do the same thing with one more time. Fold to the center. Again, line it up as neat as you can. Fold to the center. And now the other two sides, same thing. Fold to the center. Fold to the center. Okay, so this is how it's going to look regardless of whatever size paper you have. Poster, watercolor sheet, that black paper I just showed you. It's all going to look just like that. Now, the difference is if you cut this way, it's going to give you a portrait. If you cut this way, and it seems like it's counterintuitive, you'd think it was the other way, but you make you a sample before you start cutting onto a big sheet of expensive watercolor paper. That black paper I bought was like $1.50 a sheet. But you don't want to, cut it wrong, mess it up. When you think you're going to go one way or the other. So this way we're going to make a landscape, which is how I made most of them. But all you have to do, and you can turn it and then turn it and turn it, but I'll just show you basically what you do. Oh, I do like to go on the back side where the folds are on the hill, because it's easier to see the folds. This way it's a little harder to see your folds. It's a little easier to see. You can take a ruler if you want. But, and then you just cut. I'll just do it all in one side at a time. All right, so you cut up to there. Okay. And then on the other one, you cut all the way to the edge. Again, take your time, because this will matter how neat your book is. Cut three squares up. Okay, so you got that. Now you turn the whole thing around and you go to the middle and you do the same thing. You cut up to the 3. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like. This is what it's going to look like when you're done. Fold first, of course. Fold and cut, okay? And then what you do is just start at one end and you start folding. Accordion fold. When you get to the edge like that, you're going to flip it and keep going the other way. I'm not being very neat. With a piece of paper, it's thin. This way, then you flop it over the other way. And all you're doing is accordion folding the whole way. And then you flop it over and accordion fold. That's it. It's all just an accordion fold. That's it. And that's regardless of the size of the paper that you do, you'll get that. Okay? That's it. your little book. All right, let's see. Following journal is amazing to take along with traveling. Yes, Raul. Janet is ignoring you, Arlene. Janet's ignoring you. Yeah, Janet worked on. She made backgrounds on these on Monday. Came out good after I ironed. Yeah, and then Janet also did some cool. She crumpled her papers and put some inks and paints and flattened them out. Then after stream, she just didn't. She just fessed up. She ironed them. Okay. I love you, Janet. Again, what do you call it? A big ballpoint pen will go over all kinds. It will write. This is splashed right there. This is right splashed. There's just the word splashed right there. So, but a ballpoint pen will write over acrylic paint like nothing else will. Okay, that's like a secret tip for working with acrylic paint. Ballpoint pen. Okay. And again, the Stabilo all is water. It's nice. It's dark as it is, but if you get the tip wet, or if you go into where's my water brush? If you get the Stabilo pencil marks wet, then it's extra black when you go in there. Okay, it's just really a dark black pencil. Look what I was going to do. Okay, so all right. Let's see. Did I say hi to you, Devin? You've been here a while. All right, Devin. Oh, and I did see Devin's going to stream today. I wasn't sure she's going to stream today because she's just got moved, but she did post on Instagram or Facebook or somewhere. She posted somewhere that she's going to stream today. So her normal stream time is 2:30. Is that still the correct time, Devin? Are you still streaming at 2:30? And your new studio? The new studio, Devin? Okay, so then the other thing you can do is after you do some background and painting and you can now go back with some other bits. You can go back in with other pieces of collage, or even, your collage soup, your Portos books, like here, let's just tear this little piece out here. And add some more collage bits on top. See, so you can do it however you want. Just because you did this with some bits of collage that you glued on previously doesn't mean you just can't go back and add more on top and continue to build your story. If you want to make a story, it doesn't have to be. It can just be some color things you like. You just might like some color. You just might like just some collage bits. And then it'll be your little inspiration book at the end of the day. Okay, I got paint on my wax paper there. Let's throw that away. So, and again, it's always good to take a card and mash it down well. Let's see. Did she say yes on the streaming? Let me scroll back. She's going to stream, but there will not be a tour. But you will, yeah, but she's going to stream. There's Devin's YouTube channel. It's the same as her name, Devin Rex for Art, right there. Okay. So same name there as her YouTube channel. And she'll stream at 2:30. Am I correct? 2:30 Eastern. So, all right. And if you are a streamer and you stream whenever time this week or over the weekend or whatever, feel free to put that in there. You can't put a direct link. If the mods are in a good mood, they might put a direct link. But you are free to put the name of your stream and your times in there. No one did. And as a matter of fact, let's just go ahead and put a nice little. Let's put a highlight in that eye. There we go. Now it's looking at you, Tina. Here's looking at you, kid. You can put some more lashes. These lashes just go straight down. Now you know me, I don't like those straight lashes, so we're gonna make more realistic looking lashes. Okay. All right. So I guess we could do one more page and then we'll do the giveaway. But I'm gonna need to take. I'm drinking all this lemon water. I need to take a quick break. So I'm going to do a BRB. For those of y'all that when you see this, that means I will be right back. So I'm not frozen. The stream hadn't shut down unless the screen goes black. Then that's something else altogether. All right, I'll be back. I think Malibu's roaming around in here, so hopefully she won't get in that paint. Okay. She didn't jump up there. You're a good girl. All right, let's do one more page and we'll do our giveaway. And yeah, this was my only plan I had today. Again, I'm going to give away some of these pages. I'm going to do one international, one US. All right, I think that's dry. We'll do one more page here. Color coordinated even with the BRB. Well, actually, the BRB, Hobby Lobby sells these. No, where I stick it up here. Oh, here. Sells these their license plates cut down. And this is the color. The B's are this color. The R is this color. So this is the colors that they were. All of them, were kind of this way. So I don't know. I didn't really compare and check to see them all, but I wanted the BRB. Okay, let's see. Let's do another color here. Although I do want to use this up. You know what? Let's use that up in this journal, my current little desk journal here. Let's just go ahead and let's just use some of this up here. So it's not sitting here because I'm going to change color here. Let's use this up. There's a little bit of that magenta there and a black. We'll just pick up both those colors. Now I'm going to just set this behind me and let it dry, right? There we go. There we go. All right, let's put that behind me. And let's move on to this color. Let's see, I need another baby wipe. Oh, here's one. Clean off my... All right. Let's get some... let's get some pink or let's get this magenta color here since it's sitting right here. This first person closest, no, yeah. Tina's putting in the rules for. Oh, I didn't see. That's all oil there. I did not shake this up. You really have to shake up your acrylic paints really well, especially if you haven't used a color in a while, because the oils do separate in acrylic paints. But I love, and I did let me tell y'all one more thing. I did do a test because they had some of these, I bought a couple of these new paints for my, because of, I'm blaming PM Artist Studio and the jelly plating. So they have these on sale, the Master's Touch thick body acrylic. And I have some already, and I had some before, but I bought a few new colors because they were on sale. And I said, well, you know what? I haven't tested this particular brand for color pencil adaptability. Because that this is why I love my Deco Art Americana craft paints and most craft paints. They are matte. Color pencil loves to go on top of these. And I'll do a test here in a minute when I paint this down. heavy-bodied, artist grade acrylic paints have some kind of a sheen to them. It's a binder or whatever that makes them more opaque, more thick, and artist grade. But there's because of that sheen, color pencil usually, and so far I've found that every one I've tried is the same way. So I tested it out. Here, let me get my big tester notebook out. Let me show you if I can find where I did the test. I wasn't prepared to pull this out and show you, but let me find that particular paint where I painted it. Oh, am I going to be able to find it? It's a gray, I think. I think it's a grayish blue. Hang on, let me find where I painted with not that color, but with that paint. Hang on. I think it's a blue-gray. I'm flipping through here. It's kind of my tester book. Oh, is that it? No, that's not it. Hang on. I'm flipping. I'm a-flipping. Because I only did one test in this book. So I have to find that particular page because it's only that one. Hang on. It's that only one page that I tested. Or I could do another test. But I thought if I could find the one that I'd already done in here, but it doesn't look like I'm going to find that page. But I did test the paint, and I was going to show it to you, but I can't find it right now. So I'll just have to do another test because it's only one sheet out of that whole book. Pencil does not go over this well. So let me just get another color here. We'll get another color to show you. Okay. So I'm going to do some pink on this, and I'll do some acrylic over on this side. All right, let's put a little bit of, and then I'll show you with pencil. So it does matter if you do plan on doing pencil work, color pencil work. Okay. All right. Be on grandparent duty, Leah. Gigi. I'm on Gigi duty. All right. So I'm going to put out, now I shook that up well. There we go. So I'm going to put out some Royal Fuchsia. This is my favorite craft paint, and it's matte. Okay. DecoArt does make satin and gloss. Well, they make gloss too. I never buy the gloss, but they do make metallic. So if you use the metallic, the gloss of the satin, it's not going to be the same. If it doesn't say what it is, then it's going to be matte. Okay. So we're going to use that. And then I'm going to use some of this thick body acrylic Master's Touch, which I do like. Now, don't get me wrong. I like this stuff for my jelly plating. And I'm blaming PM Artist Studio because I bought some new colors because I've been back in that jelly plate. So these work fine with the jelly plate. However, if you want to add any detail with pencil on your jelly plate pulls, it's not going to go over this. Okay. But I bought this using for the jelly plate. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pink here. This is actually, I should just go ahead and put a solid color here. Let's get a brush because I want to do the pencil test, right? I want to do a pencil test. And I won't put it, this is Gloss Magazine. I won't put any on there either to show you that it doesn't go over Gloss magazines either. Okay, so there's, right here is where the paint ends, okay? All right, now let me clean my brush. All right, now let me go in here with this is the heavy body acrylic Master's Touch. You'll be able to see a little, but you're going to see the difference. Okay, so I'm going to put this down over here. Of course, we got to dry it. You always want to dry your paint before you go in with pencil or anything else. It needs to be dry. Okay, so there we go. Clean my brush in my freshly cleaned water over there. Bye, Angie. All right, so now let's dry. Again, I put the wax paper so I don't glue my pages shut. I'll make sure it's 100% dry. I did, Devin. Do you have it? Devin, do you have Robin McClendon's book? Yeah, I posted every week in my community tab. Every Sunday night or Monday morning, I post books every week. We're up to week 71 that I've been posting a book every week, or two, or sometimes three books. And this last week, it was two books, two art books, one of which was Robin McClendon's um, Jelly Plate book. I'm waiting to see if Devin said she has it. Yes, I have. It's awesome. I highly recommend it. Yeah. And somebody said, I don't watch all her YouTube streams. I watch them every now and then. But somebody said, maybe it was you, that she's going through her book, and doing one a week, one project a week. Here, let me see. Where's the book? Did I take it? Oh, it's in the other room. But it's on my community tab. Okay, so now let's take this out. All right, and you can probably even see. All right, so look how flat now there's some glue or something right there on the edge. Or I missed covering the magazine right there. See how flat that paint is? There's not any shine to it at all, right? Now look at the heavy body. Look at that. See that heavy body paint? That will resist your pencil. All right, let me get a white pencil. Okay. All right, so here we go. All right, so that's how easy it is to go over acrylic craft paint. And you can do clouds, you can do mist, you can do so much. There's a light there. But look, it's not going, I'm pushing hard, and it's going over right here because there's paint there. But it doesn't cover. This is, magazine paper right here. That's the magazine. But look how it goes over so easy over the top of that matte paint. Now here, look, this is shiny, and I'm not dissing on acrylic, artist grade acrylic, heavy body of any brand, but look, pushing as hard as I can, and that's as good as you're going to get because it's shiny. The shine resists, and it even crumbled. The shine will resist the pencil, but look what you can do. So I love that tip, especially if you do color book pages with a paint, because y'all know I like to do acrylic washes on my color. And speaking of color book page, I got to show you my color book page from Monday. I finished it and posted it on IG, but you can't see the glitter very well on the photo, so I'm going to show it to you. But if you do any kind of washes of acrylic paint in your color books, and you're going to want a color pencil, don't use, the more expensive artist grade whether it's golden, any of them. They're going to have that sheen, which is great for what painting you may want to do with it, but it's not for this. Post a color book pic today. I saw you posted one, that girl. Let me see if I can bring it up, Tina. Tina did an awesome color book page. I think it was yesterday. I think she posted it on IG and Facebook. Let me go over here and see. And Cat and Paste also did another color book page with just crayons. Oh my gosh, these girls, I'll tell you. Okay, let's see. Might have to step out if it doesn't. Oh, there it goes. And Tina, our Tina here, let me do a couple of links here. Tina is Catacomic64 on IG. That's Tina, Catacomic. Okay, because she's a comic artist too. Look at that, though. Isn't that stunning? That is awesome, Tina. So this is Tina's newest one. Isn't that awesome, guys? So that's Tina's newest one. And then Cat and Paste, let me go over here. She's done a last couple ones. She's done, this is all done with just Crayola crayons, guys. Crayola crayons. Look at this. So if you think you can't work with Crayola crayons, Cat and Paste can. And I got to show y'all one more thing. I showed it earlier. Terry Breck did the challenge with the uh, the challenge that she did from Monday's prompts. The prompts were Warhol, Andy Warhol, the number 7, and toothbrush. Those were the 3 prompts. And look what Terry Brett did. She did Andy Warhol. Oh, hi, Dana. I accidentally clicked on your name. I'm sorry. Well, no, I'm not sorry, but she did Andy Warhol, the number 7, and toothbrush. Look how she made a pop art with those 3 prompts. Isn't that was very clever, Terry. I really liked that. Was impressive. I know, right, Elisa? Isn't that good? Andy Warhol, 7, and toothbrushes. That was amazing. So anyway, what was I going to show? Oh, I was going to show y'all something else. Now I forgot what it was. All right, got off on the rabbit trail. What was I talking about before I got off on the rabbit trail? I don't know. Y'all can remind me because I've already forgot what it was. And I did show a couple pictures that Cameron posted from Yellowstone. Well, between Bozeman and Yellowstone on the trip that he flew out to work at Yellowstone. I don't know. Oh, thank you, Devin. Yeah, showing my color book page. Where'd I put it? Is it over here? Where'd I put the color? Where'd I put it? Well, where'd I set my color book page? My mermaid. Oh, here it is. Here it is. So yeah, it doesn't show very well on Instagram because it doesn't, gold, metallics, and glitter do not show up in photographs very well. But here's my page. There's what I started on Monday. I did finish it and posted it. I tried to post like this, like an angle like this, but it doesn't do, the camera doesn't pick up glitter and metallics like you like it to. But there's my page from Monday. My mermaid. There's my mermaid page. So I think she turned out kind of cute. It was kind of a simple page, but I liked it. Cat and Paste and Tina, their 2 pages outdid this one this week. This week they get the prize this week. All right, so let's see. What else do I have to show? Okay, I think it's 11 o'clock. I did show you the shine versus the no shine. That's so important, especially if you want to do like when I do a black background and I want to do a nebula, mist, clouds, fog, waterfalls, water foam, any kind of thing like that. You can't do it on this paint. You just can't. But on just craft paint, you can see the difference. All right, so now let's go and do our giveaway. All right, I'm going to set this aside, and then we'll probably just go ahead and head on out because I think that's pretty much all I got to show you guys. All right, so if y'all weren't here earlier to see what we did, we cut up a art journaling magazine. It was just 3 pieces like this with the edge. This was the edge over here. Cut the edge off. Well, it had a cover on it there. Cut the edge off. So if you cut down a magazine like this, whether it's this size, and stack them, and you can make a whole bunch together, or whether you do one like this size, whatever size you decide to do them, keep the edge of where you cut everything off and tear into those pieces, even if it's just a little piece, just that little bird or just this little bit of tree, this little bit of color, just that color inspires you. Just cut down whatever it is, and then glue them back into your pages. So you don't, it's less thinking, less, not that that's bad, but you know what I mean? Just to make it more impromptu and just playful. And you can do like these I've been doing mostly with just color, like whatever pages on colors on the page, I'll work with that, you know. So I cut the top off. The tops of these, when you make these, is going to have the least amount of art because it's got the white space at the top. The one in the middle usually has the most. You can see this has got a lot of color and a lot of art in there. And well, the bottom does too. There's a lot of color and a lot of art. But I'm going to also send y'all some of these papers to go with it, okay? And now I did put black gaffer tape. This is the tape I use. You could use, you could also use duct tape, but I do recommend putting some kind of spine on it. It does help. But this is gaffer tape. I get it on Amazon, gafferpower.com, and I buy it in 2 rolls. It's about $25 for 2 rolls, but it's thick. There's a lot on the rolls, and it does last a long time. So anyway, so how I'm going to have to mail these, though, especially for the international, I'm going to open it up halfway. I'm going to have to smack the spine all the way open. So I'm going to have to get it nice and flat so that I can mail it to you like this. So it doesn't cost me, you know, international will probably cost me $7, which is fine. I don't mind that. But like, Raul, I still hope you get your book pouch, your, you know, pencil pouch. I hope you get your pencil pouch. I already told the story. I'll tell it again. So Raul won, I think I paid $1.99 for a Happy Planner pencil pouch, and I did a giveaway, and Raul won it. So, and it's about this size. It's about that flat right there. And I put it in one of the white envelopes, you know, flat envelopes. I said, well, let me just go ahead and do a custom form just to be on the safe side and see, you know, I'll put a custom form on Raul's international pencil pouch, right? It was going to cost me $20 to mail it to Spain, and it was going to cost Raul $10 to pick it up for a $1.99 pencil pouch. I said, no. So we just went ahead and I just sent it with no custom, just as a flat rate envelope, and hopefully Raul will get it. If he doesn't, if it comes back to me, I'll send him something else. But I said all that to say that something even this flat in a envelope is going to cost like $7 international. So it's just not cheap to mail anything anymore. Okay, so I'm flattening them out for both the U.S. and international, and I'll put some of these pages in here, and hopefully, hopefully you get it if you win, Raul, because Raul wins a lot. But then there's less people playing international, and so you have a better chance of winning if you're international. All right, so here we go. So how it works, and Tina's already put the rules in, but I'm going to tell y'all again. We're going to do one. We'll do this will be USA only. And then separately, we'll do international. So there'll be 2 different drawings. Let me get my iPad. It's easier to bring up random for some reason on my iPad. Let me get my iPad here. When I type in go, we'll do USA first. When I type in go, put in a number between 1 and 100. 1 number only. Don't change your number, erase your number, put in another number. Don't do all that. All right, let me go back over here to random. Okay, random.org. Here's the little random box. Okay, random generator. All right, so when I type in go, USA only, the only thing is you have to be willing to give me your address, which I don't share with anybody, not even the mods. I don't put you on an email list. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I have to say all these little rules all the time. You know, and nobody's sponsoring me. I'm just giving this out of the goodness of my heart, and it's nobody's paying for it, you know, paying for these giveaways. I'm just giving them away. So when I type in go, USA only, 1 number only between 1 and 100. Okay. All right. Thank you, Tina. Okay. There we go. All right. All right. USA only. And again, I'll put some of these papers in there too. Okay. With your giveaway. For both of y'all. U.S. and international. All right, let's see. What else do I have? I'm looking around, see if there's anything else I need to show, tell, do, talk about. I think we're good on everything else. Don't forget Devin Rex for Art. She's in Canada. She just moved into her new house, and she will be streaming at 2:30 Eastern. I'm not sure if Aunt Beck and Ann Lar might be streaming like right after me. So check out Ann Lar and Aunt Beck Creations to see, because they stream sometimes on Wednesdays afternoons as well. So check them out. I don't see them here today. Otherwise, I'd click on them. All right, I'm going to count down 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hey, View. Put in a number if you want to win a little book, unless you already put one in and I missed it. Don't dilly-dally, dawdle, or lollygag. I love saying that. 1. Okay, last chance. Anybody want to put in a number? Okay. So, USA only. First person closest to 29 without going over. 29. USA only, 29. Let me go scroll all the way back. Oh, Debbie Bruce got 29, but did anybody? Oh, Joyce Boring got it before her. Did anybody else get 29 before Joyce? Otherwise, it looks like it might be Joyce Boring. She beat out Debbie by a couple of people. So I think it's Joyce Boring. Okay, so Joyce, I'm pretty sure I have your address, Joyce. If you're never sure if I have your address, you will not hurt my feelings if you send it to me, email it to me again. Okay, Joyce got this one. Okay, now we're going to do international only. Same rules apply, 1 to 100. Wait till I type in go. First person closest without going over. You're welcome, Joyce. You're welcome. First person closest without going over. Wait till I type in go. International only. Okay, there we go. Give everybody a minute for that. And then I guess we'll head on out. So after that, but I appreciate all you being here. I appreciate all the lurkers, i.e. those in the balcony. Some people don't like the term lurkers. It just doesn't bother me because you're lurking. It's okay. No, we're okay. So, all right, everybody get your number in. Thanks, everybody. I do appreciate you being here, and I hope you got some inspiration, some, just relief from the world, and get some ideas. All right, I'm going to count down the watchers. There you go. Yeah, that could be a whole nother thing, Tina. The watchers. Okay, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, a 1. All right, there we go. Let's put in a new number. All right, 29 was a U.S. number. Let's put in one for international. 89. First person closest to 89 without going over. Let me scroll back. 89. Let me look for those high numbers. Let's see. Joanne had 69. Devin had 72. It looks like Devin will do some awesome stuff with this. She'll probably jelly plate in it. I think it's Devin. All right. So Devin, you get the mini book. All right. And I have Devin's address. All right. So Joyce and Devin, congratulations. I'll get those out. I'll probably go to the post office. What day is today? Wednesday? Probably Friday or maybe Saturday. It'll be this week, but I'll get them out to y'all. And so, yeah. Anybody have any questions, comments? Anything else they want to say, do, talk about, shout out? Feel free to do it now. So, yeah. Mm, thanks. I'll email. Oh, your new address. Okay, but I also made you a card with my new one. Okay, yeah. Email me or email me or message me on IG, whatever's easiest to you, Devin. 'Cause Devin just moved. I won't mail it to you. Give me your address, Devin. I'll wait for your new address. So you can either message it to me or email it to me. And for those of y'all that don't know, here's my email. It's always in my about section. But here it is again. This is my email just for you guys. Here you go. There we go. Okay. Good. Good idea. Okay. All right, guys. Well, y'all have a blessed rest of your day, the rest of your week. I appreciate you being here every Monday and Wednesday, 8:30 a.m. Eastern, for about 3 hours, give or take. And I guess on your little book, my vagabond. Okay. And again, if y'all haven't followed Vagabond, my vagabond style, I watched her show her postcards off this morning. So follow her. All right, guys. Y'all have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you at other streamers or back on Monday. The good Lord willing and the creek don't rise. Bye, guys.